Good morning, neighbors. It is Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, and you are tuned in to the Murphy Morning Show. I am your host, Sara, sharing a fresh cup of local news, weather, and happenings from right here in Murphy, North Carolina, and around our beautiful mountains. Let us start with what is making news close to home today. Over at the Cherokee Scout, one of the big community conversations this week is all about celebrating what makes Cherokee County special, with their 52 Things to Celebrate About Cherokee County series continuing into February and highlighting the way folks here look out for and love their neighbors. The latest installment, focused on that spirit of loving your neighbor, is out this week and shining a light on small acts of kindness that keep our rural communities strong and connected. It is a nice reminder, especially after winter storms, that simple check-ins, shared meals, and helping hands are still a way of life here. Another local bright spot the Scout is talking about is the success of the recent First Taste of Murphy event, which drew residents and visitors downtown to sample food and drinks from local restaurants and vendors. Organizers say the turnout was strong, and businesses reported a much-needed wintertime boost as people packed into shops, booths, and tasting tables to try new menu items and discover hidden gems. Events like this are part of a broader push to keep downtown Murphy vibrant year-round, not just in the height of tourist season. Law and order news is also on the radar this week, with regional reports noting that Cherokee County law enforcement has remained busy through February. Recent updates have covered arrest reports from the County Detention Center and ongoing public safety issues as agencies keep working to address crime, substance use, and traffic safety in and around Murphy. Officials continue to remind residents to report suspicious activity, drive carefully on winding mountain roads, and secure their homes and vehicles, particularly during stretches of bad weather when response times can be slower. Speaking of weather-related safety, statewide authorities recently shared sobering details about the impacts of this month's winter weather on North Carolina's roads, including a deadly crash in Cherokee County that claimed the life of a driver from Murphy during a recent snow event. That wreck, along with two others elsewhere in the state, underscored how a quick change from wet to icy can turn a familiar country road into a dangerous spot in just a few minutes. Leaders are urging drivers here in the far west not to be lulled into a false sense of security by mild afternoons, and to slow down, leave extra room, and avoid unnecessary travel when snow or freezing rain is in the forecast. County leaders are also working this month on a range of long-term issues, from land use and environmental concerns to how federal rules are applied in our part of the mountains. Cherokee County commissioners have recently weighed in on questions surrounding the Federal Antiquities Act and its use on public lands, joining other rural counties in voicing worries that large federal designations can limit local say on land management, development, and access. For a community that depends on both tourism and working forests, that discussion is likely to continue through upcoming meetings as residents watch for any changes that could affect recreation, hunting, and local jobs. On a lighter note, sports fans around Murphy and nearby Young Harris have an eye on regional college games on the calendar, with area schools traveling and hosting midweek matchups that give locals another excuse to get out, cheer, and shake off those winter blues. Even if you are not in the stands yourself, you may notice a few more cars on the roads and a few more out-of-town visitors stopping for food and gas in Cherokee County on game days. Now let us talk weather for Murphy over the next 3 days. Today in Murphy, you can expect a cool but seasonable February day, with afternoon temperatures climbing into the low to mid-50s and morning lows hovering right around the freezing mark. Skies should be a mix of clouds and sun, leaning more toward mostly cloudy at times, with only a small chance of a light passing shower or sprinkle. Winds will stay on the light side, just a gentle breeze now and then, so it will feel crisp but not bitter if you are out walking the dog or grabbing lunch downtown. Tomorrow, Thursday, we stay on that cool pattern, with highs again in the low to mid-50s and lows in the low 30s, but there may be a bit more sunshine breaking through as the day goes on. Any chance of rain looks low, with just a slight possibility of a stray shower so most of the day should stay dry for errands, practices, and commuting. Roads should remain in good shape, but early morning drivers in low-lying spots and shaded hollows should still watch for a bit of leftover moisture or patchy frost. By Friday, we could see a modest warm-up with afternoon temperatures pushing into the mid to maybe even upper 50s, while overnight lows sit in the mid-30s. Clouds will likely share the sky with some sun, and there is a better chance of light showers working in later in the day or Friday night as the next weak system brushes the region. It does not look like a washout, but you may want to keep an umbrella by the door and plan for damp sidewalks and wet leaves if you are headed out to evening events or Friday night activities. And hey, while we are talking weather and planning your day, this is a great time to remind you, if you enjoy waking up with us here on the Murphy Morning Show, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and absolutely slam that notification bell so you never miss a new episode. If you find value in this show, please share the channel with a friend, a neighbor, or that coworker who always wants to know what is going on around town. Word of mouth is how local voices like this one keep going strong. Let us look at some community events coming up in and around Murphy. Downtown businesses are keeping things lively this February with a variety of small gatherings, classes, and shop specials featured on the Downtown Murphy calendar. You will find everything from creative workshops and gallery happenings to special market days, giving locals a reason to come stroll, shop, and support Main Street even when it is chilly. If you have been meaning to step into that little shop you always drive by, this week is a great time to make it happen and say hello to a local owner. Olive's Porch on Peachtree Street in Murphy continues to host its community-friendly arts and folk school-style activities through the late winter. Regular carving nights, craft sessions, and folk art gatherings invite folks of all ages, with tools and materials often provided, and a focus on relaxed, neighborly learning. If you have ever wanted to try your hand at whittling a little woodland critter or learning a traditional mountain craft, keep an ear out for their upcoming events and consider dropping by. As always, minors should come with an adult, and everyone should follow any posted safety guidelines when working with carving tools and shared supplies. Local schools in the Murphy area, including Hiwassee Dam High School, have a full February events calendar covering games, meetings, and student activities. Families will see midweek and weekend dates for ball games, concerts, and school functions. So double-check those school calendars before you head out so you have the right time and location. When you go, remember to give yourself extra time for parking, be patient in the pickup line, and show good sportsmanship in the stands. Our students notice when the adults in the room set a positive tone. For those of you who love live music and entertainment, regional venues in and around Murphy are gearing up for a busy year of concerts and festivals. Listings show dozens of upcoming events across the season, from gospel and bluegrass to rock and country at local theaters, churches, and outdoor stages. Even if a big festival is still weeks or months away, tickets and lodging often start moving early. So if there is a show you really want to catch, check dates, plan ahead, and consider carpooling to ease parking and traffic stress on those big nights. Finally, do not forget those informal but important community gatherings that do not always make the big headlines: church suppers, volunteer days, benefit dinners, and club meetings. These are the quiet backbone of life in Cherokee County, giving neighbors the chance to check on each other, support local causes, and welcome newcomers. As you look at your week, think about saying yes to just one of those invitations, whether it is a pancake breakfast, a litter pickup, or a crafting circle for charity. Bring a friend, dress for the weather, and stay hydrated and visible if you are working along any roadside or trail. That is it for this Wednesday's rundown here on the Murphy Morning Show. I am Sara, and I want to thank you for spending part of your morning with me and with your neighbors across our corner of the mountains. Take good care of yourselves, look out for one another, and do not forget to subscribe, like, hit that notification bell, and share this show with someone who loves Murphy as much as you do. Until tomorrow, have a safe, kind, and cozy day out there.